Hey, what's up guys? In this video, I'll be talking about how you can focus better when you study. Alright, so let's begin. So firstly, what are the barriers to your focus? Barriers to your focus are distractions. And in my opinion, there are two types of distractions. You have internal distractions and you also have external distractions. Internal distractions are distractions by your mind, like your thoughts and things like that. And external distractions are things like video games, your phone, anime. So if you want to focus better, you have to be good at stopping both external and internal distractions. Alright, now let's talk about external distractions. So external distractions are really easy to deal with just because they are things that are from your environment and not by yourself. So if you're getting distracted by your phone, just turn off notifications and put it in another room. As simple as that, and your external distractions are gone. Let's say you're getting distracted by anime, just hide your laptop in a different room. Done, issue solved. If you need your laptop to work, no excuse, just use an app like Freedom or Self-Control that will block like social media applications or a list of applications you don't want to use. To deal with external distractions, all you need to do is remove the thing that is distracting you from your environment. Alright, now internal distractions. And these are much harder to deal with. So as I said, these are distractions that arise from your brain, basically your thoughts, and you can't get rid of your thoughts. While you're studying, you might think about having to do the laundry or like enjoying with your friends once your exams are done, rather than focusing on what you need to do in the first place. This is basically like a coping mechanism by your brain because it doesn't want to study, right? It wants to have fun, and a way for it to escape reality is by overthinking and think about things you need to do or things you might be able to do in the future. So stopping these type of distractions really needs practice in my opinion, but for short-term benefits, I would highly suggest you start using a distraction journal. So whenever a thought that doesn't relate to your studies pops up, like maybe your favorite artist is releasing a new album tomorrow or something and you start thinking about it, just write about it in your distraction journal. If you want, even write in detail, but just make sure you're not spending too much time. If you're like thinking about someone or some experience, literally use actual names. Once you're done writing it down, for some reason your mind would have probably cleared up, and I don't know why this happens, but I think it's because your brain kind of knows that okay, this thought is stored somewhere, so if I ever have to go back to it, it's always there in my book and I can just open it. Now the next thing I would recommend is meditation, which is more of a long-term strategy. Now meditation isn't about like closing your mind and not thinking at all or something. It's just about recognizing what thoughts you're having and engaging in those thoughts that only benefit you. Now to begin meditation, I would highly recommend using an app named Medito. I'll keep like the icon or whatever, but it's really good. It's free first of all, and it has a lot of starter courses like packs that will really help you get into the flow of meditation and kind of understand what meditation is. Remember, meditating will not stop internal distractions itself. It's something you need to constantly practice, and it's something you'll get better at after you keep reflecting and keep practicing it. Now, what I like to do is I usually meditate before my study sessions. So I have a study session in the morning and in the evening, and before both the study sessions I meditate for 10 minutes, and this usually helps me like block out all other distractions, and it works really well. Now apart from external and internal distractions, you also have to be very careful and intentional about how you spend your leisure time outside of studying. When you do this, you are able to maximize the amount of rest you get from your leisure time, which is what you want. You want to be as rested as possible, so the next day you can come out and start studying like full throttle. So like for example, it's probably not a good idea to stay up playing Pokemon Platinum all night and just not study, right? This is because you won't sleep properly, and sleep is just absolutely essential for your focus and also for being able to study well. If your sleep schedule is pretty messed up, I would highly recommend like reading a book about sleep or watching a video on how to fix your sleep schedule. There are tons of videos on YouTube and also tons of books about sleep that will help you. If you want any recommendations, I've read Why We Sleep by Matthew Walker. It's a pretty good book. It's more about the neuroscience of sleep than like tips, so I would recommend you just watch a YouTube video on how to fix your sleep schedule, and it will take time, but you should stick to it, and it will benefit your life in all areas, not just study. Worth its time. Also, I would say it's really important to minimize the amount of time you spend on social media. So the apps that take away the most from you or like drain you are YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, right? So try to abstain from these as much as possible. The reason why I say this is that all these three apps recommend large amounts of content in a very short period of time. And what this does is it trains your mind to switch between tasks all the time. So if you're looking at Instagram reels, your mind's focus is shifting literally every 1 minute. And if you're watching tons of YouTube videos, every 10 minutes you're probably switching your video, which again is really bad for your overall focus because you keep switching tasks. When you're studying, switching tasks is the last thing you want. You just want to learn how to focus on one thing for a longer period of time. You might think that you get benefit from like scrolling through YouTube or Instagram, but trust me, there are much better things to be doing than that give you much more benefit. So what can you do with like this lost time of not scrolling? So I would firstly recommend reading. Now this will suck at the start and you will not like it, but keep going at it, and trust me, like it's much more enjoyable than watching stuff. If you're into anime, you can like read manga or read comic books, that's totally fine. I would say video games in moderation, so like maybe a max of 1 hour a day. And the reason why I say video games are okay is because you usually don't divert your attention when you play video games. You're focused on the video game itself, which in my opinion is at least better than social media where it's recommending multiple things at once. If you're playing video games, just be careful because they are designed to be addictive, so you have to make sure you stick to your time limit very well. Other things that could help you focus better is maybe the Pomodoro method. So you do like 25-minute study and then 5-minute break. I personally do 50-minute study or 60-minute study and then 10-minute break, and then just repeat these cycles. But the point is, you just need to find your balance and find how long you like studying and how long you need a break. And when you're taking breaks, just make sure that this is intentional and you're like not scrolling or something, because that could easily lead to like you not studying for the next cycle. Alright, that's it for this video guys. I hope it helps and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.